Holocaust analogies, well, they're funny things. And yet they've been in use a lot this week, following the Paris terrorist attacks. Holocaust analogies, though, tend to be used more like a drunk uses a lamppost, let's say, for support, not illumination. And yet, those very analogies and allusions have been in play from both the left and the right. In fact, just about a day ago, Donald Trump suggested, as part of an overall security plan, that perhaps Muslim Americans, not just refugees, if that wouldn't be bad enough, but all Muslim Americans should wear ID bracelets. It doesn't take a lot of imagination to be drawn back to the yellow stars that Jews were forced to wear in Nazi Germany. Obviously, this idea is both legally indefensible and morally reprehensible. But at the same time that the leading candidate for the Republican nomination for president is evoking Holocaust imagery, others from the opposition are invoking Holocaust memory, suggesting that U.S. policy to Syrian refugees should be drawn on the mistakes we made in 1938 and 39 with Jews fleeing Nazi Europe, because after all, the two situations are the same. While not as offensive, perhaps, as Donald Trump's analogy, it is just as misguided. The truth of the matter is that the two populations are not analogous. And while I do not support a closed-door policy by any means to Syrian refugees, easy comparisons between a population for which the goal was complete annihilation and extermination, and among whom there was no presence of people seeking to destroy the United States, and well, a situation quite different from that, simply breaks down. But perhaps more importantly, if those who want to draw a parallel between Syria today and Nazi Germany in the late 1930s want to do so, if they want to say that today's Syrian refugees are yesteryear's Jewish refugees, then make the comparison whole and admit that we are in the midst of World War III, or at least in the very beginning stages of it. So let the same people who advocate for massively opening the doors to refugees from this incredible conflagration own that it has to be fought, not as they often advocate for, as a matter of rebuilding culture and law enforcement, but as a brutal, ugly war, as all wars necessarily are. It seems to me the real takeaway is that both from the left and the right, people make easy analogies to tug at heartstrings, rather than wrestling with the one thing that Donald Trump did say that made a lot of sense, to me at least, as he looked at the situation in the Middle East and how it is coming home to Europe and to the United States. The sentence, we can't do business as usual. And I think he's right. I don't know exactly what that means, but I know that pouring political gasoline on the fire of human tragedy, be it from the right or the left, is not the way to go.